いつしか忘れられたおじいの形見の三振床の間で誕生祝いの島酒にもたれて埃を指で撫でて緩んだ糸を巻けば退屈でたまらなかった島唄が響いた鮮やかによみがえるあなたと過ごした日々は柔らかな愛しさでこの胸を突き破り咲いたのは三振の花テレビの斜め向かいのあなたがいた場所に座ればアルミの窓から夕月が昇る家族を眺めながら飲む酒はどんな味眠りにつく前の歌は誰の歌喜びも悲しみもいつの日か歌えるならこの島の土の中秋に泣き冬に耐え春に咲く三振の花秋に泣き冬に耐え春に咲く三振の花
Oh man, I don't know why I keep torturing myself like this before stream. Songs like that always, always reliably get me tearing up. It's bad enough that I'm the type of person who cries at literally everything. Doesn't matter what it is. You make me watch it, you make me play it, I'm gonna cry at some point. But especially, I'm a sucker for such themes as like many people coming together. Be it friends coming together for a common goal, or especially strangers coming together. Faucet turned to Max. And something like this was like a somewhat melancholic modern song that takes huge callbacks to the traditional. No more tears, Guinea, no more tears. It's happy times now, because we finished up things in Kamurocho. Kiryu finally figured out what the rest of us figured out 3 days ago. And now it's back to happy Okinawa with the kids. Time to stalk Haruka. I like how it gives you the choice, right? Of do you stalk Haruka, or do you be a good dad and stay home? And if you say no, I must be a good dad, let her live her life, then out comes the other surrogate daughter with, Oji-san, Haruka forgot her shopping list. Well, now I have an excuse to go follow her. I didn't know this isn't the first time either for something like this. Okinawa music in particular seems to put its hook right into my left ventricle and then reel in hard. Hey puppy. Mommy. Maybe it's fellowship for people who are trying to maintain their identity while actively being pushed into the hegemony. Old suspension. Like, the Ryukyu people aren't Japanese. The language might be classified as Japonic because of similarities. But if you heard it from Japan, then oh sure, just another part of Japan. But nah man, they're their own people. With their own histories, own traditions. Neighbors, sure. Colonized, sure. And then once the drums and the chants start, and oh no, there goes the waterworks again. How about, before I go stalk Haruka, I find that Oppa building. Which one's Oppa? There's an Oppa building somewhere downtown. Is it you? I thought you were a taxi driver, but there's no taxi here. I don't even remember what the dude looks like from the magazine. Ueda? Which one's Ueda? I don't remember the side story people. Oh, that's right. He's the ramen person. Right, Kyushu. What's he doing here? This is the polar opposite of Kyushu. Okinawa's got some fine taste in pork. True. Tell him. It's a secret. Come on. The man is in search for good ramen. We have to help a brother out. I have sent him into a death trap because the arcade is full of fights. Bit of a noodle himself. That's a good thing though, was it, Kiryu? Since noodles are good things. Alright, Oppa. And you, I'm assuming, are the magazine person? Editor. Been waiting for like 3 days. Stood out here day and night hoping I'd show up. Also, Kiryu has got to change out of his clothes. Come on, he's back in the sunny tropics. 26 degrees north. I forget if that counts as tropics, but still it's warm here. Aren't famous doctors, but famous pharmacists. What's wrong with that? It's still good money. At the nearby arcade. The drugstore! Is it the drugstore? Well, this is great then. Then we could solve this problem easily. We talk to his family, we talk to him, we convince him to follow his dreams. And if his dreams fail, he'll always have a place in the family business, right? Right. There is a lot of cynicism in the series. People constantly being forced into sex trafficking, forced into loan shark schemes. But the human elements has a lot of optimism to it, and I do appreciate that. Real world, this editor probably has 1,500 potential mangaka waiting to replace him. If they lose him, oh well, there's a runner-up, there's everyone else after him. But this guy's a softie, I like softies. Manly as hell. Kiryu is peak manliness, he knows. Manly means taking care of people. It means helping people achieve their dreams. Kiryu might be muscles and fists, but that's a part of his life he doesn't care about. Those are the first things to go. The moment he puts on his tropical shirt and spends time with his kids, because that's not what's important. It's important to stand up for yourself and those you love and things you care about, and not so much powerful cannons to make it happen, you know? That's not important. The muscles aren't important. It's respectable if you like muscles and so you pursue muscles. That's cool. But if you like comics instead and you pursue comics, super manly to help people achieve their comics dream. Okay, so right in front of the arcade. Oh, and then we get blocked in by the tourists. Boxer type. Grab him, fling him around. Grab him, fling him around. Grab him, fling him around. Fling him around. The fling him around, rigmarole. And I only took one hit. Okay, so where's the drugstore? Drugstore is here. Here. Maeda Drugs. It's the only pharmacy in the arcade that I know about. I don't see anybody else here. Hirano's father. Tsutomu? And then we explain. He won the grand prize, yeah. He's actually really good at what he does. He's got a career ahead of him. Serialization, syndication, 15 OVAs, 3 seasons of anime, a movie in theaters, to dislodge Spirited Away as a top movie. Don't know that much about manga, Kiryu, you can be honest. And now that we're back in Okinawa, Shonen 5 is on the shelves, so he's not even reading it early anymore. He's reading it the exact same time as everybody else. Heck, he's reading it later. Hirono's father, look at it this way. This is a sort of medicine. What Western medicine gets wrong is that we focus so much on treating symptoms and removing malignant things like tumors and babies out of bodies. But we don't do so good at spiritual healing. Sure, we have therapists and such. But in some cases, again, that's just treating symptoms. That's, okay, we took the baby out of you, now get out of the hospital. If you get postpartum depression, here's a therapist. But manga is like being a nurse for the soul. People live so many walks of life. People have so many stresses. This is something that brings joy to a person. That helps take the edge off the harshness of life. That is a form of healing. You could be proud of your son for going after the heart of healing. That's not a bit, I really do mean that. 100%. It's like when people worry about the job or career they're in not being meaningful. I feel that I do. But the way I see it, if your job makes something easier for somebody else, that's helping. That is helping, that is doing good, that is helping this whole project we call society and humanity work. Making burgers is feeding how many people? Thousands of times over the lunch rush. Safely, within sanitation standards, you are feeding people. You're keeping their bellies warm and their tongues happy. Accountants. Money is complex, helping people stay on top of things. So we get that redistribution of the wealth and people aren't falling behind like I am. Most everything is useful and meaningful to some degree. Heck, when I was washing dishes, I thought that us dishwashers were the stars of the shows. Servers, that's just memorizing orders and taking the orders to the back of the house and the food to the front of the house. Cooks, people could cook. But if you don't have a good dishwasher, there's no clean dishes, nobody could eat. Of course, that was more just me telling myself pretty things to get through the chore of standing up for 9 hours a day in wet socks and soggy fingers for minimal pay. Video games are my thing. I wish I got into video games. Nothing childhood me wanted more than video game, like actually working on them. I would like get graph paper out and like draw levels and such. Really put my heart into planning things out, but you know how Dad was, completely anti-game. anti-tech. Add on to that the teenage years and things got really violent and hostile. And so any ambition, regardless of what it was, completely stunted. Into the Kabochi River. No wonder this guy, his son, has such an aversion to actually collecting on his thing and pursuing his dream. And you're a litter bug. You're littering this beautiful island that all of you depend on. Bit of a side note, this is why whenever I see people who are successful artists and video game designers, etc., 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 the Rebecca Sugars, the Greg Lobanovs, I love them all. I love them all for pursuing their dreams, doing what they want. Those are my heroes. Not just the Craig McCrackens and the lower Foss of the world, but those my age and below, pursuing their dreams in an era when it's really, really hard to. I mean, in some ways it is easier. Internet makes the social reach and getting exposure, getting your product out there, fairly easier than it would have been when your only hope is to mail your portfolio to magazines or whatever. But the upfront cost of pursuing a formal professional training in it, definitely a lot worse now. Competition, now that everyone else also has Twitter and Instagram as well. But they have their passion. They're pursuing it. Lobanov's got himself awards. Sugar's got herself showrunner stuffs here and there. So many people growing up with just a dream are now finding themselves with accolades, with directorial debuts and careers. And I love it. Living the dream and making beautiful things for the rest of us who for one reason or another had to put it to the sideline. It's really minor, isn't it? It's person has want, has dream job, pursues job, gets job. But I find them inspirational. No, that's why he got it. I hadn't realized. I thought he was just buying up all the magazines so that his parents wouldn't have to see, which is kind of dumb because his parents don't live in Kamurocho. Okay, River is up north. Nobody stand between... I said nobody stand between me and saving the son's career. I'm going to assume he's going to be where the suicidal fellow... Nope, right here? Yeah, right here. That's the backpack. I recognize the backpack more than I recognize the sun. Because it's been so long since I've seen him, like 24 whole hours. 48 maybe, 36. What is happening, son, is that you get to pursue your dream. You get to make your manga come to life. He's giving up on his dream. And all those magazines, filling up his entire backpack, had to cost a lot of money. And the flight back and forth. Dang. Kiryu straight up getting philosophical here. I did not expect this from him. I mean, he's not full on himbo status. And he does have moments of insight, but he does get kinda dense sometimes. It's like I said about how idealistic the game gets. All we had to do was openly talk to his father across the counter, and his father instantly understood what was going on and came right here to talk to his son, and happy ending. Didn't have to convince anyone, just explain what was happening. The father reflected on the upbringing that he gave him, and now they're having a heart-to-heart, and everyone wins. Did you want to draw manga too, old man? If only he'd known. He gets a fatherly pride of reading his son's work in the magazines every week, buying the serialized volumes for the extra content and the touched up art. The DVDs, the Blu-rays, he'll collect them all. My dad straight up prohibited me from drawing. Sure, what kid doesn't doodle when they should be doing homework? But that meant, for a good long while, I just didn't draw anything. Because drawing meant punishment. And that guy would spank for everything. Everything was a metal end of the belt. So you can understand where, in this case, punishment for doing the wrong thing actually had result, because it was straight up iron to soft butt flesh contact for any single slight, real or imagined. If his child came running up to him, whipping myself with the belt, saying, "Please, you don't need to, I'm punishing myself already." Nope. Pulled over the lap, pants down.
Hey.
Needless to say, I also admire when I see, like, families that actually love each other and work well together. point of pride with my relationship with the previous GF was that I managed to patch up her relationship with her younger sister. Entirely because, dude, I know what it's like to have a terrible family relationship. No reason to toss yours away. Your sis was a literal child back when she bit you. You don't need to hold that grudge forever. And now they're friends. A stack of 50 issues of Shonen 5. Well, now I have a souvenir for everyone at the orphanage. And 10,000 XP. Alright. Haruka is just shopping. Forget her for now. Go back home. Because Taichi has been waiting for this magazine for ages. And then we wave it under his nose, just to say no, we can't give it to you yet. But that was a nice sub-story. Taichi, speak of the devil. Yes, we did bring your Shonen 5. High five. Down low. Too slow. Why'd you buy so many? You could share it with all your brothers and sisters now. A gold plate? Dang, Taichi. Washed up on shore. Worm. Worm. You got a worm. You know how you could sell items from storage at the pawn shop? You should be able to use bait from storage and fishing. Because the alternative is emptying your pockets to just shove a bunch of worms and shrimp into them whenever you want to fish. And doing the inventory management juggle going back and forth from house to beach. How's my health? I can upgrade, but I'm so close. I'm not close at all to 160. And level 10 tech is what I want first. Where's my neighbors? Yes, we have no neighbors today. Alright. No side stories, no sub-stories, no sub-stories. Should follow her and see what's up, but I don't see her on the map anywhere. I guess I'm just wandering around till I find her. Haruka. It's not gonna be in Hatsumachi. Hatsumachi is more of like the bars, the strip joints. If shop is gonna be down here. Hey kid. So where is Haruka going to be? The public market maybe? If she is going grocery shopping, there's plenty of groceries in there, plus the arcade, to get there in the first place. Ugh, we have that fellow right in front of the arcade. Talk to you? No. Just standing there but wasn't somebody to talk to. Why do these streets have to be so violent? One of these days, Kiryu will slide around as well as they can. And that day is if I play Kiwami 2 again. a miraculous 30,000. That is pretty miraculous. Haruka, Haruka, who has the Haruka? Not gonna be down the alley, towards the Ryuta offices. A local lady. Is this the outcome of me carrying harvested coral necklaces on me for good luck and love? Mm-hmm. It's your amulet, Amara. Womanly pickpocket. 50,000. Tutor flat out rejected you. Well, of course, you are the student. That is an inappropriate relationship, an imbalance of power. Really? We're gonna take it up with the company itself? There's a whole company making these, so they really are on track to harvest all the coral from the reefs just to make this junk. Hard time keeping up with demand, which means having to break more corals. Hatsamachi? South of the Ryuta family office. It's on this side of town? I would expect this from Hatsamachi. Alright, since I'm not getting that 50k back anyway, then might as well get to it. Who's this? Waita. Didn't get beaten up. A little extra pork on the house. Ramen, bringing people closer. Well, soba technically, bringing people closer together. I need the skin on too. It's the best part of anything. The skin absorbs all the flavor. Flavorful skin, get it extra crispy. And does the stand get any royalties for giving me this inspiration? $10 bowls! I can feel my stomach expand already in sympathy just from reading it. Okay, building with the second floor. The offices are here. Ryuta family offices. Shine get. Sorry, Nakahara-chan. This is probably your locker key, but oh well. Anything here I can grab? I can't grab the watermelon and pineapple, can't grab the shirt. The outside. Could I go out back? I cannot go out back. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so South is here. Second floor. There she is. Where's the stairs up? What's he dressed as? Is he trying to make himself look more mystical? Coral Co-exorcist. Oh no, is that poor shopkeeper also told to direct them here, specifically so they could squeeze out more money? Because he obviously wants nothing to do with it. Key 43. Beat you up, get my money back. Step into the office, where there's going to be plenty of goons. Of course there is not.
申し訳ありません。
Nope. What if his natural energies are evil?
Hi.
He's beginning his cleanse. He's gonna exorcise me, and now that he's done, pay up 100,000. And if I don't pay out, beat him up. $50,000 yen. No, return the necklace. If the root of the problem is clearly an evil spirit, I'm not sure. What do they have in Japan as an equivalent to an organization or a bureau that makes sure businesses are operating fairly? I'm not sure that they're gonna fly with there's an evil spirit.
Huh? Nani?
Ryukyu man. With his one person, it's plural. With his many people, it's singular. Nothing I could do there but get pinballed around. I wanted to break those desks though. I can't break the desks. The CRT monitor. Oh, that's gonna kill him. Those things are so heavy. Daruma. No, give it. Give it. I just broke it on him. It really is the case that you can't do heat actions unless your enemy is standing still. You can't interrupt them with heat, no. They have to do nothing. Otherwise the heat won't work. Get this junk out of the way, I want the horses. Grab the horses. They're inside, I can't grab them anymore. They were grabbable, but they've fallen into the environment. How terrible is that? Any more junk? Did nothing, but I'm still satisfied with that. Umbrellas. A pair of umbrellas. Oh, does it become bent, broken umbrella first? Killed with the ricochet. I love the ricochet. Anything else? The horses are gone, sadly. Come on, old sucky. Back on your feet. Kick it to him. Hey, actually did. Throw the chair at him, Lou. Are they even real coral? They are real coral. Then burn this building down. Simply hard. Could I burn the building down? Scam artists and not environmental terrorists, this is different entirely. 100,000 yen. Alright. We're not gonna keep this in our wraps. Kiryu, you went from insightful to dumb again. Don't encourage them, man. Discourage them from harvesting more coral. The quality of the coral is to stay beneath the sea. It takes so long for the polyps to populate, and if the ocean is wrong at all in any single degree, then that cohort of polyps don't grow. Kiryu, you are causing the death of Okinawa. Golden Agu. Eat so much pork, you become beautiful. I guess a bit of squish is pretty. Eat more pork to lose weight. Alright, gotta stop by the golden market anyway to catch up with Haruka. Nyom. And now for 15 million fights. Okay, where is the Agu going to be? What's this? There's a person here. That isn't Haruka. What's this about? The golden Agu. There's a pig head. Riki-chan's friend. This golden Agu has become like a god to them. A sinister god. A golden Kamui. Experimental livestock stations. They actually have had the golden Agu. By a mail order, huh? Northeast of Flawless. I don't remember Flawless. See, Hatsumachi is what I expect these scams to be from, to be based in. Because that's typical for it. Regular pork being sold as golden Agu. Go beat them up. Get some hush money. Then hooray. Problem solved. No. That's not the exit. So I could skip him. Fellow just standing in the middle of the aisle, staring outwards. Wanting to fight in the middle of the public market. Anywho, Hatsumachi. Ah! I was gonna take the cab to avoid these useless fights. I'm going to hope that second "whoa" was someone giving up on me. What have I not eaten here? First, if I'm going to drink, I have to feel it. And the Goya shampoo is all that's left. Goya, tofu, and eggs. Something mixed in the Okinawan language. If you make it with swordsman warriors, it becomes samurai shampoo. Not the best delivery for that joke, but I'm sticking with it. Flashy pink entrance is half the places here, though. Flashy and pink, got aqua sky down below. Flashy, pink, flawless. So it's gonna be one of these buildings, northeast of it, they say. So just push my face, northeast of flawless. Pay a visit or come back later. It's a sub-story, it's not gonna be too difficult. Don't gotta give me a chance to prepare. He's just one guy. It's Agu himself. Hey, Robbie. Tell a story. Oh, you're too. I told so many stories to myself earlier. Time I made a friend laugh. A wholesome life story. Let me see. A wholesome story of when I made a friend laugh. Okay. I think this would have been around Christmas of 2017, I think. Most everyone from the dorms all gone home for the winter. Me visiting the previous GF, so pretty much have the entire floor to ourselves. And neither of us drink much. But sometimes we like buy stuff to sample and try out. See what being drunk is like, see what kind of booze we like. Turns out it all tastes like jet fuel to us. But when we get drunk, we do silly stuff like challenging each other to walk down the hallway as straight as possible. Do the little finger to nose thing. And so that got plenty of laughs. That's not much of a story though, is it? Laugh plus story. How about another time over the summer when we were experimenting with drinking with a friend of hers who we were staying with for the summer because her flat wasn't ready yet? And her friend was of Jamaican descent, like probably first generation in Britain. Her mother coming over, straight up as Jamaican as you can be. And so we had kind of like a pre-party before walking to Little to get more booze. And we kind of did that as a challenge, right? Get a bit tipsy and see how we manage walking all the way across town to the store with some wobbling involved. And kind of teasing each other for the for how sober or really inebriated we ended up being. It turns out for me though, drinking is kind of a sobering experience. I kind of feel the fuzz at the top of my head, feel the fuzz at the corner of my eyes. And I think because I feel that, I become too hyper aware of it and really focus on my environment. And so instead of acting drunk, I just get a bit slurry and drippy. But it was pretty fun. And I can't really tell too much of that story. It doesn't get dirty or anything. It's just the funnier parts of it do involve like in jokes that depend on like Jamaican reggae history and the last names of very white people in our party who wouldn't be involved at all, but because the names fit, we could joke like, oh yeah, this person is descended from that person. So yeah, there is a good times friend laugh story. I have had one alcohol. I've had a couple of alcohols that didn't taste too bad. One was a rosé. It turns out that wines for me are either too dry or way too sweet. The really dry one was too dry for me. The sweet one was really, really sickeningly sweet. But there was a rosé that wasn't half bad. Like it had like a little hint of dryness to it that I could feel on my tongue, but otherwise was a good amount of sweet and was pleasant enough to drink. And the other was a gin. And I haven't had a gin like it since. But it was like almost lemonade. It was such lemonade quality gin that I could practically drink it straight and not mind it. And that's saying a lot, because I need to bury my booze in everything. Every single soda, juice, you name it, it still doesn't match the taste. But that gin wasn't half bad. It was pretty decent. Mystery meat. I don't think I've had a daiquiri, but in my experimentations I've come to really understand why mixed drinks are so popular. Because people want to get drunk, but nobody likes the taste of alcohol unless they're really fooling themselves. And so making it taste kind of like a soda, or enjoyable in some way, makes it more palatable, I guess. Prepare to get pork chopped. Kiryu, where are you hiding these puns? Why has that side of you not manifested more often? Just the president, where's the assistant? Am I just beating up one sad little man? I am. While the assistant cheers on. My mom has been enjoying some mixology a little bit. Like some popular drinks she makes when her relatives come. And so she has made for me in the past a Moscow Mule, I think, and a coconut... Was it a mimosa? Or a mojito? I think it was a mimosa. A coconut mimosa. Those are pretty decent. Oh, there was this one time, like way back a few years ago, when we visited some of my dad's relatives for Christmas. And they made this kind of like, wasn't eggnog, but it was a similar sort of Christmas drink that you really couldn't taste the booze at all. And that was pretty cool. Just this nice, frothy Christmas drink. Gets you buzzed, but you can't taste what got you buzzed. That takes talent, I think. When pigs fly. Well, if he wants, I could toss him out the window. This coming, by the way, from the same Kiryu, who encouraged a scam company to keep on harvesting coral only found here to make it to trinkets. And suddenly he cares about the Okinawan food supply, when there he is destroying the reef and the maritime ecosystems. kind of the same, Robbie. Part of it is seeing, growing up with dad loving his beers, so I don't really have a fond image of alcohol. But also, I just never really grew up wanting to drink. Didn't really have my first drink till my first drunk even till 23, just to experiment with what the big deal is. Pretty much only drink if it's pleasant company, and even that's pretty rare. If it is pleasant company, I mean. Like if the company's pleasant, me drinking with them is the rarity. 100K? 50,000? Still pretty decent. That's also kind of why I didn't drive until really late too. I grew up watching my two older siblings, like clockwork. They get to an age where they get to drive. So excited. They got their license. They love driving. And then they're made to go on errands after errands. And then they hate driving. They're tired of driving. They're exhausted. They don't want to go to the store all the time. And I got smart. I realized, haha, I see my two older siblings go from enthusiastic about driving to becoming the errand boy and the errand girl. That's not going to happen to me. If I never drive, I will never be made to go out and do stuff. And so never learned until like 20... Was that also 23? Couldn't be. No. 22, 23? Either way. Either way, fairly late. That's around the time I was learning Arabic. And so as part of our conversational Arabic, I would describe like, yeah, I didn't learn how to drive until like 23 or so. And Ustad Ali, Southern Sudan, I was like, you couldn't drive? I was like, yeah. In this day and age, an American man who does not know how to drive. It's like, but Ustad, the other two would say. There's lots of people who don't know how to drive. Yeah, but this is an American boy and he does not know how to drive. I loved Ustad Ali. He had a very colorful history. Apparently, he spent time as a judge in Nigeria or someplace, and then a professor in Berkeley. Finally ending up as an old man teaching us introductory Arabic. Old enough to have a flavor of humor that would have made a lot more sense of the colonial era. Like the joke being that a man walks up to the embassy door, asks, "Is so-and-so here?" "No, it is not." "No, he is not." "Well, could you knock?" "No." "Why not?" "For I am that man." Hilarious. See, driving on the freeway is pretty funny. Because at first it seems scary because, oh no, fast cars. But driving on the freeway in the heart is the easiest thing in the world. You're in the lane. You go straight. That's all you do. You drive between the lines. And when it's time to leave, you peel out. And in Britain especially, they find motorway driving for beginner drivers the scariest thing in the world. Which seems backwards to me because motorway driving in England is so easy. You just get on the lane, you stay on the lane, you get off the lane. There's signs everywhere. And they find that scarier than in-town driving. Which is madness, because I've seen in-town driving in England. I've been driving in town. That is incredibly terrifying stuff. Motorway's easy, you get on there, all you're doing is going straight. You get back into town, and you have got to keep your head on a swivel. If you don't have the sat-nav on, you are getting lost. If you have the sat-nav, you've got to have one eye on the sat-nav, one eye on the road, because who knows what the road ahead of you is doing in terms of like one-way streets, yielding what. And they got these country lanes right. So many times, the sat-nav would have me peel off the motorway to go through this country lane, like this wide, for both lanes of traffic, barely big enough for the car, with bushes and trees blocking the turn ahead of you. And so at any given moment, you might be driving down, and suddenly, hello, it's somebody else's headlights, and all he can do is go backwards for like a mile until you eventually get to the little turnoff where you ease off the road to let them pass, and then you go ahead. But it's more difficult because you got 3 cars behind you. But yeah, tell me the story when you went to drive laugh. No turn on right, and you're in the right turn lane, and the car in front turns right. Boo them loudly. That reminds me of when I was driving a coworker around, and we're just at this T intersection, and the car ahead of us, and we're in the left turning lane, right? The left turning lane, and the car ahead of us doesn't have the blinkers on, and I'm like, I don't know where that guy's going because his lights don't say he's going left. It was a stupid joke, but my passenger still laughed. Dented car in Hatsumachi. Always Hatsumachi for the scams. Excuse me. Gotta admit, there was a time where between stresses of work and everything else, I did dip my toes into road rage, but road humor is so much better than road rage. Road rage helps nobody. That's just straight up dangerous. So what is the rumor for this one? The scammers on the road or the river granting wishes? The car scam in Hatsumachi, which is right up here anyway. I hear an ool. Where's the ool coming from? Oh, there he is. I think. I don't see him. This person is staring forward. No, he's scratching his head. If he's scratching his head, then that's not anything. Car. Hit car. Boom. I remember hearing about somebody forced into paying damages. Kiryu, when and where was that? That was so long ago? Like 3 seconds? Damaged my car. There's horses this time. Alright, I gotta make sure I grab those horses because those horses are interactable. But the last time we had this office, they fell into the environment so I couldn't use them. But now I'm going to. Almost hit you, dang. I'm going to assume that everyone survived since you're still among us today. Entire body redone. If he wants to take it to court, I'm sure he can. Head punk. Totally looks legitimate. I suppose that's true. There are times that he can afford to be mad. That's what the horn is for. If somebody's cutting you off, acting dangerously, that is your hey, pay attention, stupid button. Nope, way too shady. Just gonna beat them all up. You know, I ought to play as a really, really dense Kiryu who, despite being the 4th chairman of the entire dojo clan, in and out of the business for 30 years, still agrees to sign up for everything. Oh, they got bats in here. Alright, grab. No, getting my horses. That's not a horse. Get to the chair, because the chair is in front of the horse. So if I try to grab the horse with the chair there, it's gonna prioritize the chair, I bet. Because the game always prioritizes whatever you don't want to use. Okay, horse time. Horse. Oh, that's it? That's not very exciting. Whole CRT monitor. Even the internals, oh my goodness. The photon cannon itself. I have more fun seeing what I could play with than actually playing the game. Exactly, you are allowed to be upset. And as someone who walks around town and crosses the crosswalks, that's almost getting hit a lot, so I have more rage as a pedestrian than I get as a driver. Most times I'll just stand there and stare when a car tries to hit me. Otherwise, it gets to the point where if I'm walking across the street when the sign says cross, and they're still trying to grind up on me, I'll go ahead and pat the hood of their car just like that. That's the extent of my rage. If they're pulling out of the parking lot and they do bump me, I'll do this. Really shame them. Hush Hush Money, an Azure gem. I mean, one time somebody hitting me getting out the parking lot cost me my tacos. On October night, I wanted tacos, so I went to Taco Bell, like a couple miles into town, bought myself one of those taco party packs, was walking home, old man pulls out of the parking lot, bumps me, and then a mile later, my tacos spill out onto the road on the wet, dark street. All I could do was pile them back in and trust that the rappers are good at their job. Oh, there's somebody. Winter driving is an experience. Going a little bit slower, pumping my brakes a little more often. But you can't really help that sometimes the roads just aren't going to be all that slick. Even if they look salted over or plowed or whatever else. So I get that. Waiting, giving a bit of time in the winter, seems like the smart thing to do. Oh, he's right. He's in the middle of the arcade. I can't avoid him. Okay, maybe. Since he's got a no head start. There's no avoiding him. The entire alley, store to store, is a range of activation for him. My sword now? No, stand up. Get up. Don't be afraid. It's just one Kiryu with one sword. He's down on the ground, and I stomped him instead of straight up Mitsurugiing him. Stamina. Speaking of stamina. Not enough staminans. That's fine, whatever. Not stamina, toughness. It's toughness I want more of. Ugh. We're in the public shopping district and everyone just wants to fight. Why fight when you can grab a bite? There's boba, there's soba. He could be spending this money, feeding his belly, making his tongue happy. And instead, he's putting up hospital bills. The wiki says those finishers are guard breaks that break guards and instantly hurt opponents. The wiki's a liar. Just kill a man in front of that child that's cheering me on. Burn those calories. That's not burning calories, that's me disemboweling you. Now where is Haruka? Second floor, I think? Haruka, where is the Haruka? I know she's out shopping, and I'm supposed to find her, but I don't know where that is. Haruka went shopping, but something seems wrong. Follow her and see what's up. I don't know where she is, though. There's no marker for her. Maybe I was too slow and she's gone forever and got kidnapped. Show me what you got. Anyone here see a little girl? Black hair, starts middle school soon. Haruka. So she's not here. I was wrong completely then. Huh. Okay, I guess the game then, since the sub-stories are all done, is find out where the heck Haruka went. Is she down the alley? I have her shopping list, don't I? Maybe the shopping list has a clue? But it's not in order, so... Or is her shopping list not an item? I guess her shopping list is not an item. Then where is my surrogate daughter? Surrogate daughter. Not her. She's not here. None of the Oppa building. Maybe she's at the stone one? Which is right over here. Touristy stone shop? Not in the touristy stone shop. Sir, you are not my kid. Go away. Come on, Maeda. Stand up. Stand up, Buttercup. Ooh. Apparently causing a mini hurricane. Just grabbing water. See what you've done, disgruntled Yakuza. Made me spill all over myself. Okay, daughter, who's got the daughter? Not at the booze shop. Souvenirs? The camera has changed to focus on the shop front, but I can't go into it. Weird. Oh, because it's the end of the street. Okay, maybe she's over on this end. No Haruka? Have you got Haruka on sale? No, she's not in the alley. That goes to Hatsamachi. Oh, there she is. A job? You're job hunting? That's not shopping. Did she run down the alley? Because the market's that way. To Hatsumachi. Where is my daughter trying to work? Ah! Because there's nothing here but bars and titty clubs. Avoided one to run into the other. Have they got heat? Because I can't throw them into the river. I'm gonna throw them into the river. Come on, who's first? Yes! That flip! Okay. Take the hit first. Health and heat, little. Little. I'm a simple man with simple pleasures. Oh no, I've lost it! Punch him. Punch him. There you go. No, get back in here. I'm just 41 points away from maxing out my tech. Okay, Hatsumachi is this way. Hey, now they all get to graduate together. Big, ripped, scary-looking old guy taught them a lesson. You hear that, Kiryu? You're ripped. Last of the 7 mysteries. Aw, the sub-stories finally come to a close. And since it is the last one of the chain, 50,000 XP maybe? Nah, Kiryu, of course not. You're only 40. Everyone knows 40 is a new 39. A lucky coin. but I can't carry anymore. Or I guess I can. What is my mouse doing? My mouse... I don't know if it's the quality of my mouse or if the mouse is just degrading, but every so often it'll start like flickering and dancing. Even outside of games, the cursor starts doing like this little thing. And everything I looked up online is about if your mouse is dancing around, because there's some incompatibility with the laptop touchpad. But this isn't a laptop, there's no touchpad on this. It probably is just a mouse dying, since dropping it like a centimeter makes it stop. They're calling her sweet cheeks. I already don't like them. There's no professionalism, no professional distance. Hand envelope over to schmucks who ask for one. Why don't we get her a job at Smilburger? Look at the time. Haruka, you are lying to your dad. And I just got done talking about an hour ago about what my dad would have done. And I was shopping for real. She ran down this way. It could be anywhere. First, don't have to carry. Lots of people gossip about it. Not mine. Health and heat significantly. Dramatically. Health and heat to max. So I need one more toughness and one more stamina. Little girl? Little girl? None here. Whoa. I wasn't sure if that guy was hostile or not. He was just waving his arm because I bumped into him. But it's the exact same model as the hostile ones. Kiryu, that is what we're worried about. The job posting, given envelopes. Boyfriends don't usually turn their girlfriends into drug mules.
Huh.
Hit me up. He still thinks this is boyfriend stuff.
Oi.
Kiryu, if your big ears heard that she's meant to give the envelope to anyone who asks, why not go up and ask her for one? And then you'll know what's inside them. How nice the weather is. Really cute of you, just gonna go home after all that. The most attentive dad in the world. But gotta do my own shopping too. Pharmacy is right down the road. Is someone chasing me? Somebody is waddling after me. Maybe... Okay, alright. I could avoid his fear. Cool. Oh, but there's a... Why did they put him right in the middle of the arcade? I just want to shop. Okay, lure him out this way. Kite around. But then the other Hawaiian shirt guy is going to be... Okay, squeeze right through the range. I've done it. And that should be both fights in the arcade. Maybe they'll depopulate when I come out of the store. I really hope they do depopulate.
Irashai.
Irashai. Okay, one. Toughness ZZ. Emperor is probably better though. That's what? Max recovery. And even if it is a little bit more expensive than Toughness ZZ only restores most of my health and not all of it. But if I rely solely on Emperor, that's like paying for itself. That's like a freebie every 2 or 3 recoveries in, isn't it? So how's about one more of you? Dramatic, health and heat. Just an XX.
Hi, arigato.
Flip you two around. There we go. Health and health plus heat. And then miscellaneous junk that I pick up on the street. Now are they gone? They are gone. Good. Nope, he's still there. And another fellow up the road who didn't see me at all. Alright, how'd it go? Dinner time? And I can't help but notice that the option to go back to Tokyo is now completely gone. Before we have dinner though, going to need to build up an appetite, and that is junk, isn't it? Old magazine, which I think is just for crafting. Get my socks all wet, my pant cuffs. All the way up to my butt even. Completely soaked pants. I know all his techniques already. Really? Knock something looser back in place. Aww. Is that it then? I guess he's done. Base of the Osaka. White Lotus. I think that sounds familiar. Hey, the exact person I was thinking of. Was Shin Kiwami too? Which one was with the old lady with lots of kids who kept attacking Kiryu? Then track him down in Tokyo, got it? If the game ever returns to Kamurocho, and why would it? We have beautiful, sunny Okinawa right here. Worm. Puppy. Puppy that follows. How far can you follow? halfway across the yard. You go all the way? Is that it? Is that the extent of the doggy's range? He does follow you, but I guess not too far then, huh? Oh well, doggy, it's okay. He hasn't changed out yet still.
すき焼きか。景気がいいな。
And that does look good.
いいことあったのか。
私も少しやりくり上手になったんだ。
ごめんください。おじき、
Mikio?
ちょっと気になることが。
なんだ。
今日街ではるかちゃんが男2人と話してたんです。
Say,
結構した人
Mikio.
に。でもそいつら一目見て堅気じゃねえなってわかるやつらだったもんで気になっちゃって。
今日はごちそうだね。
たくさんいっぱい食べてね。
Since Kiryu can't figure it out, she's just got a job with shady people. And then just runs out. Completely disrespectful. If this was my dad, it'd be the metal end of the belt for 10 minutes. Puppy, you're coming too. Come on, mommy. Car? Oh, that car's always there. And I don't see any trash on the beach. No, there is something. Haruka has to wait for the train, so it won't take any time at all to come. Oh, it's just an umbrella. Beautify the beach. Nyom. Don't spill this time. Okay, so Haruka is probably going to be up north then, isn't she? If she's got a job with these shady fellows. And she's back up here this late at night. So there's a bridge, came up the bridge, round here then to the left. There she is. There she is, verbatim. If Mikio's been keeping an eye out, maybe he's around too. Oh no, not illegal. How have I raised this girl to be so naive? This is the same Haruka who would tease the old men about what is a soap land before giggling and saying she knows all about it because she grew up in Kamurocho. And now she's falling for the most basic of Yakuza scams, using her as a drug mule. And now she's gonna get locked up behind bars and have to bail her out and take it out of her allowance. Just gives. Where's the money though? Where's the handover? is implying that they got Haruka trading Bitcoin. Physical Bitcoin. Ask her directly, or chase after the two who just walked off. Interrupt them. Step in. It's obvious what's going on. There's no point waiting and seeing. Buff uncle. The same sleazeball? So I'm supposed to wait then? I'm supposed to just wait for the original two to come back? Alright. I mean, I could have just followed them. They weren't walking very fast. Nah, gotta keep waiting. Let her implicate herself further. And if any of these sleazy old dudes try anything, we're nearby, we could beat them up for her. Cop time. Step in. Down to the station for questions. Escape the police. I mean, just explain, because she is my daughter, and she's been acting suspicious, and we want to see what is going on here. What is she up to? Really? And then back to the beginning? No, there they are. Okay. Wait, no. No, this... I got mistaken by the pink shirt. It is back to the beginning. Wait and see. Go through everything. You're welcome, Haruka. I got the cops off of you that time. Just how many drugs did they give her? There's a proper pink shirt. I like both those shirts. I would wear both those shirts. $10 grand. Only? Phone cards. Well, that's it. Just a phone card thing. Or was it credit cards? So if it is forged credit cards, I kind of wasn't that on the mark then when I was joking it was Bitcoin. Physical Bitcoin being traded. Shady underling. Give me the bike. Shifty-eyed man. That was a straight up slug that fell out of his nose.
兄貴
Just in time, Rikia and Mikio. Just in time. Again, Haruka. Just work the smile burger. Get a job at the theater. And Uncle Kaz is a literal 2 millionaire.
厳しそうか。
そりゃそうっすよ。計算したんすけど、やっぱ相当厳しいみたいっす。
急に家賃が上がるなんて聞いてねえからな。それに食費だけでも結構かかるしな。みんな結構食うんだよな。
とにかくこれ以上金かかるとやばいっすよ。もう来月の家賃も厳しいくらい。これじゃもうやっていけないっすよ。
分かった、行くぞ。でもどうしたら。
キリの兄貴はなんて言ってんすか。
兄貴には言ってねえ。心配かけたくねえし。
じゃあ俺らでなんとか。
バカ。俺ら自体が苦しいのにそんな余裕ねえだろ。
そうっすよね。
Kind-hearted people, these both. That's why I love them both. And that's that. Yeah, everyone eats. Have you seen Nakahara-chan and Mikio right here? Exactly. Him and me. And that's it. That's the night's mystery solved. And now Kiryu can change out of the shirt. Oh wait, what that means. He might just keep in this jacket though, because he's got to speak to Toma tomorrow. Since they're in a meeting up until tomorrow.
じゃあね。
So he's probably still gonna be dressed for business. And not in proper colors.
ごめんなさい。
It's daddy-daughter time. Does she follow? Is she gonna follow? She's following. Okay, alright. Where can we take Haruka? There's a karaoke. There's karaoke here, right? Karaoke with Haruka. Right. Yes! 1,000 for 2 people. Okay. Haruka, what do you want to sing? Like this song here. Doing lively, even though the interface this time is so awful. All 4 buttons are gray square, gray square, gray square, gray square. I get that some games add colorblind mode, but that's not what it means. Bad.
L-O-V-E W-E Haruka. Go, go, let's go, Haruka.
Cute. Oops. Was looking at the top bar.
おいおいおいカルカ
きっとゲットできるよ私は変われるサーカスにた壁も
カルカおいカルカおい
ずっと夢見てたの神様お願いとき胸打つほど信じて
Kiryu, such a dork. Oh, that's rapid. Still got great though. %, all around the board. That fish is such a harsh judge. Everyone else liked it. Got the high score. Style, passionate. Second place only. Psh, off by 30 points.
すごくうまく歌えおじさんも歌ってよ
A chance for Kiryu to sing. Alright. Some enka to run out the night. %, perfect.
ありがとうございました
Tripped up in one part though. Confused one gray square for another gray square. 780? It's alright, Kiryu. You're not as young as you used to be. Your singing is out of practice. 9th place is my previous score. I didn't even rank for this one.
よかったよおじさん
Oh, time's up. Alright, time to go home. Pretty sure there's nothing else to do around here. Definitely not gonna take Haruka to the hostess club. Maybe I could take her for burgers. How's my health? Kiryu isn't hungry enough for burgers. There's no other entertainments here to play at. There's no Club Sega or anything. There's Shogi. Mahjong. What's this tiny thing? That's where the Hanahood is, right? Gambling hall, so yeah. But no proper arcades for the kids? Of course, it's 2009. Everyone's already got their own Nintendos and the PCs. Not gonna take her golfing. That's a double sport. fishing. Have you got bait on me? I do have 2 worms. Come on, daughter, going fishing. Night fishing. And pick it up trash if we see it. No trash? No trash. Only fishing then. Worm or worm? What should we do? I'm thinking worm. Might have been too early, might not bite. Or too far ahead, I mean. Gotta remember, for some odd reason, back is up and forward is down, which is really backwards and unintuitive. Same as last time. That's all I'm catching is just this fish. At least my first fish was unique. Maybe I want something closer. What's the front one? Sea cucumber?
行くぜ。
Ooh, hello. What do we have here? Sea snail. Delicious sea snail. A green turban. And I have no bait. Still, new fish, which isn't a fish at all. Let's go. Gotta have ourselves sea snail for after dinner dessert. Puppy, say hello. And that's it. Time for bed. Time for bed and to bust some heads in the morning. I would question why Kiryu needs to be told how to be dad. But he kinda has to, I think. Aww, a toy for Mame. Just the right amount. Why don't I ask Uncle Kaz? Uncle Kaz is literally a 2 millionaire. Maybe a bonus for Ayako-chan then, for using her money generously for the happiness of others. Really? You have a bowl cut and glasses. Clearly you just studied hard. Is that the same pink-shirted teacher from way back in the beginning who I want to beat up? Because that tracks then. He's a jerk. And a Yako sub-story about how she helps everyone too much? Here's an extra 1,000 yen for helping people out. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Are you angry, Haruka? No, just refreshed. So, Kiryu, if that's the case, a bonus or a raise to her allowance? Turning into their doormat, that's no good. All sold out, so Ayaka could get her money back, right? The face of bliss. Not caring for her at all. Okay, the first one was just rude, but this one is being too demanding of her.
もう
Wait, did she say she's gonna help him or do it for him? Because it sounded like she just did it for him anyway. What's going on? You all know what's going on. One by one. Starting with, I don't remember most of their names. Mitsuo is sweet on Riona, who was racist towards him. Taichi, we know him very well by now. The rest, I don't remember their names. Is Koji the one who's pushing all this homework onto her? No, that's Blue Shirt. I don't know, he's got 9 kids. I can't keep track of them all. From the top, then. Oh, Shiro was on the top. Everyone is up. Make everyone feel guilty. Guilt for all the kids. Izumi, who I keep forgetting. Has Eri gotten any spotlight? Because I don't know any distinguishing thing about Eri at all. And the worst for last, the racist Riona. I didn't do anything. She gave them, so what? More crimes piling on top of her racism. And inconsiderate. Fine, Ayako. Must have gone downtown. What if she didn't? What if she went to the sea? Or that cliff overlooking the sea? Because the pressure is just that bad. Can't make assumptions, Uncle Kaz. Gotta check around first. Okay, she's not here. But there is litter. Again. Who just keeps throwing out all their umbrellas into the ocean? At least food waste I get. People are jerks and throw their empty wrappers and cups away into the sea. But umbrellas? An umbrella truck must have fallen off at some point. Okay, so if I was Ayako, where would I have gone? Probably not Hatsamachi. Probably someplace downtown for some comfort. Avoid getting beaten up. Though maybe she could have gone. Ayako, there you are. Wait, it's that's Ayoka. My bad. Sigh. There's a sigh around here. Who's sighing? I don't trust that fellow. He took a couple of steps, but sometimes they do take a couple of steps. There she is. Right by the lockers, which I'll try to talk to first. Hey! Charcoal. Everybody's got charcoal and resin. Magnetized metal. And finally, 43 from downtown. SWAT body armor. Is SWAT body armor any better than the chainmail I have? The chainmail that's 12, 15, 5, 10, 5, 15. Better guns. But guns are so rare. Are they not as terrible as in Kiwami 1? Could I eat this? I can't eat it. Is that a yes? No, that's a no. That's not running home. Not going back ever. Gonna find the orphanage for the orphans. The Uber orphanage. Oh, don't tell me. I gotta... It's a regular chase game, including bumping into her then. Tackling her to the ground when she's having a panic. Didn't realize Kiryu was Sia. Right. Oh, didn't have to tackle her. Then don't do things for other people then. Literally throwing yourself away when you could just say no. Just say no. Learning how to say no is an important life lesson. And I get that Kiryu has not been the most attentive dad and doesn't know how to raise little girls especially. But still, just teach her to say no. Oh, I can't keep up, I don't think. Alright, so you don't tackle her. Oh, I can't even do tackle. The tackle's disabled. The most realistic part yet. 40-year-old Kiryu in his suit, running after, and for once in the entire game, exhausted from the aerobics. There's more! I'm just gonna walk. Because she's not going far anyway, she's keeping pace. Her speed matches my speed, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. I mean, I guess if I run and she runs, that drains her stamina a bit faster. And now where's the police? Well, sir, how come this little girl's running away from you? Oh, the stamina bars are gone. I guess this is it then. What on earth? I do like the little detail in the car build-up. You have people arguing as if they got into an accident. But there's no say no lesson. Just, they do appreciate you, so keep on being their maid. Kiryu, getting them to appreciate her efforts is only half the effort. You teach them to appreciate her, to not put so much onto her, and if she doesn't want to help in this way, accept it. And then teach her it's okay to want to help them, but say no when you have to. If it's too much, don't add more to your plate. And because we're all family and friends here, they should respect that. Make it okay to say no to them. Even if it's saying no to helping. You right, kid? This calls for